So, the end of the old year and the beginning of the new year. It's difficult to make political predictions at any time, but we can say that barring armed revolution, there will be a federal election this year. And that's what it's going to be all about, and it's going to be pretty ugly if the lead-up's been any indication. Julia Gillard is, of course, starting from behind the 8 ball, but there are indications she's already clearing the decks. Getting rid of that obsession with the budget surplus was a good start, and it probably won't do her any harm. Tony Abbott and his mates will, of course, throw lines about lying and misleading and untrustworthy at her, and there'll probably be a bit of a kickback. But since everybody with half a brain has known that it was inevitable, it was only a matter of the government summoning up the courage to admit it, it's not likely to do any lasting harm, and it was quite obviously the right decision. More difficult, I think, frankly, was a much smaller decision. The decision to move $375 million off the foreign aid program and stick it on the domestic program to look after asylum seekers in Australia. Okay, as Bob Carr says, it's probably legal. It's probably within the purview of the guidelines as recorded by the OECD and others, but the point is it looks bad. It looks mean and tricky, and it looks petty. $375 million is less than 0.1% of the total budget expenditure. So why go to all that trouble for such a measly return? And there will be angst about it, there's no doubt about that. So that's another one Gillard will have to wear as she makes her way towards the elections, and it must be said that progress so far has been painfully slow. In fact, if you believe Newspoll, 2012 might not have happened. At the beginning of 2012, Labor was 8 points behind on the two-party preferred vote, and it comes back exactly the same to end the year, 54-46 down. But other things have changed, or they've changed a bit. Julia Gillard has picked up ground in terms of her personal popularity, and Tony Abbott has lost a great deal in terms of his. His popularity is now languishing somewhere between that of gangrene and genital herpes. Not a good position even for a man whose party is 8 points ahead. And that will be one of the intriguing things about 2013. So, Labor isn't out of it, Gillard isn't out of it, Abbott isn't out of it. We may have a tough year, but they'll survive, probably one way or the other. And Gillard did get one Christmas present. According to the Morgan Gallup poll, not the most reliable source, but a source nonetheless, Labor is actually ahead, 52.5. You don't really have to believe it to at least open a bottle of champers and crack a couple of crackers. And I'm Mungo McCallum. Happy Christmas, best of New Year's, and vote early and vote often. The poor bastards need you.